My mother-in-law yells at me every day for being cheap. Says I'm always handing out cigarettes to the security guard at the gate. Desperate to kiss up to people. Embarrassing. I never argued back. Only I knew something. That security guard is the clearest-eyed observer in the whole building. And sure enough, late one night, the guard stopped me. The truth he'd held in for a year tore apart the illusion of my 7-year marriage. Where's the good stuff? Sunset's got you covered. Full story in one go. Hey guys, get your Wi-Fi ready. Here we go. Last Wednesday night, old Joe the guard took the cigarette but didn't light it. He lowered his voice and said, "Ma'am, I've been holding this in for a year. Your husband brings the same woman back every Wednesday. She leaves near dawn. And that woman has a 5 or 6-year-old boy. He looks just like your husband, same mold. Upstairs, your mother-in-law is there too. 4 of them strolling around the garden. I saw it myself." After old Joe said that, he kept rubbing his fingers on his pants seam. This guy usually talks a lot. Neighbors fighting, drama everywhere. He'd go for half an hour. Today he held back forever just to spit out one line. And he got nervous himself after saying it. I asked him, "What does she look like?" He wiped his sweat. "Seen her a few times. Early 30s. Drives a white BMW. The kid calls your husband Dad. Your mother-in-law was there. Wednesday night just after 8. Your mother-in-law came in through the east gate. Left at 9:40. When she left, your husband walked her to the car. That woman even handed him a thermal bag. I listened and didn't say a word." Old Joe lit the cigarette and took a drag. "Ma'am, I'm not a gossip. In the last 2 years, you always say hi when you come and go. At New Year's you gave my son a red envelope. When my mom was in the hospital, you even sent fruit through someone." He looked at me. "A person's gotta have a conscience. When I got home, I didn't turn on the lights. I just sat down on the couch. All those scattered pieces in my head clicked together. Chen Si-han didn't have plans on Wednesday, said he was out entertaining clients. Didn't get back till 12. Last month, Chen Si-han suddenly said he wanted to switch cars. Told me not to ride in his to the office. 6 months ago, Chen Si-han got a new phone. Set a password lock on it. He never used to lock anything. I never thought about it that way before. When you've been married a long time, you get used to making excuses for the person next to you. Stack enough excuses, and they become slow poison you feed yourself. Around 11 at night, Chen Si-han pushed the door open and came in. He tossed his car keys on the shoe cabinet. Bent down to change his shoes. "Did you eat?" I asked. "Yeah, I ate. Where were you today?" He looked up and glanced at me. "Didn't I tell you? With clients." "Which client?" He paused for a second. "Said you don't know them." I stared at the collar of his shirt. There was a long hair stuck to it. Curly. Brown. My hair is straight. Black. I reached out and picked up that hair, placed it on the coffee table, looked at it under the light for a second, 2 places. His face froze for a moment. Then he let out a laugh. "Song Wei-yu, you've learned how to check up on me now." I laughed too. I asked where you went. "And that's checking up on you?" Chen Si-han plopped down on the couch, tugged at his tie. "I've been slammed lately. Don't pick a fight." He's been saying that for 5 years. Right after we got married, he was a VP in name at the family business. His older brother had him on a leash. He was busy. I understood. Then his dad gave him some businesses to run. He was out entertaining clients every day. He was busy, I made allowances. Then he started not coming home all night, saying I was overthinking it. I held it together until today. One word from Lao Zhou, and he shattered the last bit of patience I had. I asked him, "Are you seeing someone else?" Chen Xian's hand froze. He looked up at me. His eyes went from cold to guarded. "Who told you that?" "Don't worry about who told me. Just tell me if it's true or not." He stood up abruptly. "You had someone investigate me. Answer me first." He let out a cold laugh. "I'm seeing someone else? Song Wei-yu, are you going crazy from staying home too much? Don't you know what time I get back every day?" "Wednesday." A muscle in his face twitched. "Every Wednesday." I stared into his eyes. "Where did you go?" His Adam's apple moved. "I told you. I was meeting a client." Does that client happen to be named by the one driving a white BMW? Chen Sihan's face completely dropped. He stayed quiet. The living room was so silent, all you could hear was the ticking of the clock. After a long moment, he finally spoke. Who told you? Shouldn't you clarify things with me first? Is there really someone or not? He stepped forward, lowering his voice. Song Wei Yu, I'm warning you, don't go snooping around out there. My dad's health isn't good. And the company is in the middle of merger talks. If you stir up trouble for me, nobody can protect you. I laughed. Protect me? You better protect yourself first. His expression changed. What exactly are you trying to do? I want the truth. He stared at me for a few seconds, then turned and went upstairs. My mom is coming over for dinner tomorrow. Get things ready. Don't say anything stupid in front of her. I sat in the living room, staring at that brown curly hair. I've seen enough. I pulled out my phone and texted old Joe. Uncle Joe, are you on duty every Wednesday? He replied fast. Mom, I always work Wednesdays. Next time that car comes in, take a photo of its license plate. Got it. The next afternoon, my mother-in-law came over. She used to work in mall leasing when she was young. After retiring, she acts like a government official's wife. The first thing she did when she walked in was check the shoe cabinet. These shoes are new, right? Wasting money again. I said. They were on sale. She pursed her lips. If your dad knew you spend like this, he never would have let Sihan marry you. I didn't respond. She plopped onto the couch, looking around the living room. How often does the housekeeper come? Twice a week. Twice? You're home all day. What's there to clean? Change it to once a week. Use the extra money to sign my grandson up for a class. We don't have a son. We only have a daughter. Chen Jijis is 5. She knows exactly what's up. She just said it to get to me. Chen Jiji ran out of her room, hugging my leg. Mommy, Grandma's here. Wang Xiamei glanced down at her. Didn't reach out. Jiji, go play in your room. Grandma and your mom have grown-up things to talk about. My daughter looked at me. I nodded. She quietly went back to her room. Wang Xiamei pulled a folder out of her bag and tossed it on the coffee table. Take a look at this. I opened it. It was a brochure for a private hospital. It's about having a son. You've been in this family for 7 years. And all you had was a girl. Sihan is the only son of the Chen family. His older brother also had a girl. If you don't have any more kids, who's going to inherit the family business? I closed the folder. Mom, having a kid isn't just up to me. What do you mean? I mean, you should let Sihan get checked out too. Wang Xiamei's face changed instantly. How dare you say that? Sihan's perfectly healthy. Your own womb is useless. And you're blaming my son. He slapped the folder hard. I'm telling you. Make the appointment this month. I'll pay for it. If you still don't cooperate, don't blame me for being nasty. What's nasty supposed to mean? He let out a cold laugh. Sihan is still young. There's a line of women willing to give him a son. If you're gonna stand there and not lay an egg, don't blame someone else for doing it for you. I looked into his eyes. He didn't look away. He was serious. I smiled. Got it, huh? Good that you get it. This Friday is the Chen family gathering. Dress up nicely. Don't embarrass me. He stood up, grabbed his bag and headed for the door. At the entrance he turned back and added, Oh yeah. Sian said you've been ghosting lately. He's under a lot of work pressure. Don't you? I was just sitting at home. The door slammed shut. I was sitting on the couch, tearing up that IVF blood test report, page by page. 3 years ago I went to get checked. I was perfectly healthy. I showed the report to Chen Sihan. He put the report away, said I didn't need to check. I was definitely fine. After that, he never brought up having kids again. I never figured it out before. But what old Joe said just now made everything click. It's not that he doesn't want kids. He's too scared to get checked. Or maybe he already knows what the results would be. Friday. The Chen family gathering was at a private club in the east part of town. Chen family territory. I wore a navy blue dress. No makeup. The moment Wang Xiamei saw me she frowned. You're showing up like this. Yeah. Where's Gigi? At her grandma's. Wang Shei's face got even darker. Your family's having dinner together. Bring the kid to see the elders. What's wrong with that? I didn't explain. My daughter didn't want to come. Last time her aunt from the big family called her a little gold digger, worthless. She came home crying all night. I'm not putting her through that again. Chen Sihan was waiting for me at the door. He saw my dress. His face didn't look good either. Can't you dress up a little more? I think it's fine. Dad's old army buddies are here today. Can't you make me look good? I looked at him. Do you deserve it? He froze. Before he could react, I went in first. At the dinner table, the Chen family sat at 2 tables. Chen Sihan's dad, Chen Guocheng, sat at the head. Next to him were his eldest brother Chen Yuanheng and his family. Wang Xiumei was busy greeting guests. Her eyes kept glancing over at me. Lin Li, Chen Yuanheng's wife, sat next to me. Smiling sweetly. Wei Yu. Why didn't Jija come? At her grandma's place. Oh, come on. No matter how much grandma loves you, grandpa's still the best, right? Did you throw a tantrum at home? Kids need to be taught. Can't just spoil them. I picked up a piece of spare rib. Lin, sis. What rank did your Mingming get on the last test? His smile froze for a second. His daughter Chen Ming always scored near the bottom. He deliberately changed the subject. Oh, right. I heard you've been keeping an eye on Sihan lately. My chopsticks paused for a moment. Who told you that? Sihan told me himself. He said you've been getting paranoid, checking his phone every day. I turned to look at Chen Sihan. He was talking to his dad, not looking this way. I smiled. Lin, sis. Why do you think a man hides his phone? He must have something to hide. So you think Sihan has something to hide? Lin Li opened her mouth, realizing I'd led her into a trap, and quickly looked down to drink her soup. Wang Xiumei heard from across the table, put down her chopsticks. Song Wei Yu, don't stir up trouble here. We're having a family dinner today. Why are you saying this? I wiped my mouth. Mom, what did I say? I didn't say anything. The atmosphere at the table turned cold. Chen Guoxiang glanced at me, didn't say a word. He never interfered with his daughter-in-law. But today he didn't come to Wang Xiumei's defense. Wang Xiumei stood up, walked over to me, lowered her voice. Come out here with me. At the end of the hallway, Wang Xiumei cornered me against the wall. Her voice wasn't loud, but every word cut like a knife. Song Wei Yu, I'll say this one last time. Stay out of things that aren't your business, in the Chen family. Whatever Sihan does outside, don't you pry. If you're smart, just stay home and behave. Take good care of Jiji. Find a way to have a son. If you don't know what's good for you. He paused. The Chen family doesn't need you as a daughter-in-law. I looked at him. Mom, are you speaking for yourself? Or for the Chen family? What's the difference? There is. If it's on your own behalf, I'll take it as your anger. If it's from the Chen family. I pulled my phone out of my bag. Say that again. I'll record it. I'll play it back for Jiji later, so he can hear how his grandmother talked to his mother. Wang Xiumei's face changed color. Are you threatening me? You threatened me first. He raised his hand as if to reach for me, and I grabbed his wrist. Mom, you're 62 this year. I'm 32. You can't take me in a fight. He was shaking with anger. You. Chen Sihan came out of the private room, saw the scene, and walked over quickly. What's going on? Wang Xiumei shook off my hand, pointed at my nose. Your wife has lost her mind. She dared to lay a hand on me. Chen Sihan looked at me. Song Wei Yu, apologize to me. First ask what he said. I don't care what he said. He's my elder. I looked into his eyes, so he can yell at me. And I can't talk back. Chen Sihan gritted his teeth. What the hell got into you today? Nothing got into me. I just don't want to put up with it anymore. Wang Xiumei fanned the flames beside him. Sihan, look at this wife of yours. What's the point of keeping her around? There are plenty of good girls out there. Mom. Chen Sihan tried to shut him up, but it was too late. I heard that line loud and clear. Plenty of good girls out there. He knew all along. He knew everything. I laughed. Mom, is the good girl you're talking about the one driving the white BMW? Wang Xiumei's face turned white. Chen Sihan's expression completely changed. The hallway was so quiet you could hear the AC unit humming outside. A few seconds passed. Chen Sihan grabbed my arm. Let's talk at home. He dragged me out. I didn't struggle. Because old Joe just sent me a message. 3 photos. A white BMW. The license plate was crystal clear. A woman in a red dress holding a 5 or 6-year-old boy. Chen Sihan stood next to them. Bending down, touching the boy's head. Timestamp. 8:15 tonight. Right in the middle of the family gathering. He stepped out for a smoke. Turned out he wasn't smoking. He was visiting his other family. The moment we got home and shut the door, Chen Sihan shoved me onto the couch. What the hell are you trying to do today? His voice was low. His face was right up close. His breath hitting my face. I didn't flinch. Let me ask you. Who's that woman? What woman? White BMW. Red dress. The photo where you're touching her son's head. You want me to send it to you? Chen Sihan let go. He straightened up. Took a step back. You had someone tail me. So you admit it. He stared at me for a long moment. Then suddenly let out a laugh. Song Wei Yu. I really underestimated you. So you've got someone on the side. So what if I do? When he said that, there wasn't a hint of guilt on his face. He even looked self-righteous. She gave me a son. My mom's seen him. My dad knows too. My stomach turned. Your dad knows too? Of course the Chen family's grandson is known to them. He sat down on the couch across from me. Crossed his legs. Like he was closing a deal. Wei Yu. I'm gonna be straight with you. His name is Liu Qian. I've been with him for 6 years. About the kid. My mom knew from the start. He's been waiting for you to leave on your own. If you walk away quietly, the Chen family will give you a sum of money. If you make a scene, you won't get a cent. I looked at him. You've been married to me for 7 years. You've been with him for 6 years. So that means, you two got together in the first year of our marriage. That's right. That year I had just given birth to Gigi. You stayed with me at the hospital for 3 days. Then you said work was busy and you had a business trip. Turns out you were with him. Chen Sihan kept his mouth shut. Yeah. My eyes weren't red. It's weird. When I found out the truth, I couldn't even cry. So you go see them every Wednesday? Yeah. Your mom knows, too. Yeah. Your whole family knows. He looked at me. With a bit of an impatient look. Wei Yu. I'm not here to fight with you. I'm here to make a deal. Get a divorce. You get the kid. I'll give you a house. 20,000 a month for living expenses. But you can't talk about it outside. Especially not about the company. And if I say no, he stood up, looking down at me. Then you get nothing. I'll have my lawyer drag this out. You can't afford it. You have no job. No income. Can't even pay a lawyer. The court will decide. You might not even get custody of Gigi. He said he was going upstairs. His footsteps were heavy. Like stepping on my heart. I sat on the couch, staring at the half-empty glass he left on the coffee table. Picked up my phone and texted old Joe. Uncle Joe. Which building do you live in? Ma'am. Building 3, Unit 2601. Does he come every day? Not every day. Definitely on Wednesdays. Sometimes on weekends too. Is the kid going to kindergarten around here? Which kindergarten? Old Joe sent a location. I saved it. Then sent another message. Uncle Joe. Can you keep an eye on something for me? What is it? Has Chen Sihan handled any paperwork at the property office lately? Like a transfer, name change, authorization, something like that. After 10 minutes, old Joe replied with a voice message. His voice was really low. Ma'am, hold on a second. Let me check the records. Another 5 minutes passed. Ma'am, last month he asked the property management to make an extra key card. The note said it was for the nanny, but I've seen who picked it up. It wasn't the nanny. It was that woman in the red dress. And one more thing. A couple days ago, he had someone come measure the house in Building 3. I overheard a bit. Something about transfer documents. I stared at the screen. My heart was racing. He was moving the assets. The next morning, I dropped Gigi off at my mom's. Then I went to the bank. There was a file folder in the safe deposit box. It was the property notarization I did before marrying Chen Sihan. Back then he was chasing me hard. Said he didn't care about money. Said he was marrying me for who I was. My dad wasn't convinced. So he made me get it notarized. The pre-marriage house is in my name. And the post-marriage assets are split 50-50. He signed it without hesitation back then. Because he thought he'd never divorce me. Or he figured even if we did, he'd find a way to make sure I got nothing. I dug out the papers and took photos. Then I went to the property registry. Checked all the properties under Chen Sihan's name. One is the villa we live in. Bought after marriage. One is a commercial property in East City. Owned before marriage. And there's an apartment in South City. Bought just 6 months ago. Full price, 12 million. I can't trace the down payment. But I know where the money came from. Chen Sihan handles the finances of 3 companies under the Chen family. The company seal and his personal seal. He never keeps them separate. I worked as an accountant for 3 years before marriage. He forgot that. Or he never thought that skill would matter. Back home, I organized all that info into a file. Saved 3 backups. Phone. Cloud drive. Email. Then I called old Joe. Uncle Joe, do you know any reliable private detectives? Old Joe went silent for a few seconds. Ma'am, are you sure you want to dig all the way to the bottom? I'm sure. I know someone. He used to work at the local police station. Left after the street department got shut down. He's not cheap. Money's not an issue. All right, I'll have him reach out to you. After hanging up, I sat in the study. I laid out everything Chen Sihan had done in the past 6 months one by one. Every Wednesday he went to the south end of town. 6 months ago, he bought that apartment down south. Last month he got an access card made for Liu Qian. A few days ago, he had someone measure the place to start the transfer. What was he up to? This wasn't just about moving assets. He was trying to kick me out for good. First he moves everything out, then he files for divorce. When it's all over, all I'd have left is an empty house and a pile of debt. Then something hit me. Last month Chen Sihan asked me to sign a document. He said it was an internal company restructuring. And he needed my signature as a formality. I searched through the whole study. Found a copy of that document. 6 pages total. The first 5 were about changes to the company charter. Page 6 was an attachment to a marital property agreement. I never signed the main agreement. So that attachment didn't have any legal weight. But Chen Sihan didn't know that. He thought I signed it. He thought I didn't notice that 1 extra page slipped in. But he forgot one thing. I used to be an accountant. When I looked through documents I read every single page. That day, I did read it. I didn't sign it. That attachment only had his signature. My line was blank. I laughed. How pathetic. This man I've shared a bed with for 7 years, can't even be bothered to do a proper job of lying. 3 days later, the private detective, old Liu, sent over the files. Liu Qian 32, single. No steady job. Owns an apartment down south. Paid in full. The purchase date was the same day Chen Sihan bought his place down south. The money for that apartment went through 3 layers of transfers, and it traced back to a shell company that Chen Sihan controlled. In other words, he used the company's money to buy her a house. The father's name on the child's birth certificate was blank. But old Liu got a hold of the kid's blood type, B. Chen Sihan is also B. Liu Qian is A. The answer speaks for itself. My hands went cold as I listened. Miss Song, should I keep digging? Keep going, check the kid's paternity test. Can you get it? No direct way. But I can check if Chen Sihan had one done recently. Do it. 3 days later, old Liu got back to me. Chen Sihan did a paternity test at a private hospital 2 years ago. I had someone pull the records. The kid is his. 99.99% probability of biological father. I closed my eyes. Gone, the last shred of hope. The kid is his. 6 years ago, I had a major hemorrhage giving birth to Zhiji. The doctor said I'd have high risks getting pregnant again. Chen Sihan held my hand and said, "It's okay. We have Zhiji, that's enough." Turns out, it wasn't enough. By then Liu Qian was already pregnant. He had a son. So whether I lived or died didn't matter anymore. I organized all the evidence. Bank's transfer records. Property purchase documents. Copies of the paternity test. Liu Qian's address and license plate. kindergarten pickup and drop-off times, and surveillance screenshots from the property, Chen Sihan, Liu Qian, and mother-in-law Wang Ximei, walking the kid in the neighborhood garden. I laid them all out in chronological order. Then I made a table. From Chen Sihan's first night out to Liu Qian getting pregnant and giving birth, to mother-in-law's attitude change, to today 7 years worth. One A3 sheet filled with tiny handwriting. I stared at that sheet for a long time. Finally I wrote one line on it. Chen Sihan, what you owe me, I'm settling it with you today, item by item. Friday afternoon of the 9th week, Chen Sihan came home early. He had a bag in his hand. It was kids' clothes. For Gigi, I didn't take it. He was gone. Where'd you go? Where's my mom? He put the bag on the couch. He looked at me. Wei Yu. We need to talk. About what? He sat down. His tone was softer than usual. I know you've been upset lately. About Liu Qian. That was my fault. But she gave me a son. That's just a fact. My mom's been under a lot of pressure. My family's stuck in the middle too. I looked at his narrow eyes. So what? So I have a proposal. Don't get a divorce. Keep living like this. I'll deal with Liu Qian. He won't bother you. Gigi is still the Chen family's princess. She'll have everything she needs. You don't need to have more kids. We can put Liu Qian's son under your name. Under my name? Yeah. We'll say you gave birth to him. No one will know anyway. I laughed. Chen Sihan. Are you serious? Of course I'm serious. This works for both of us. You keep your spot as Mrs. Chen. I get a son. My mom's happy too, auntie's satisfied. What about me? What do you mean? What about my feelings? Every night I sleep next to you. Knowing you spend your days with another woman. Do you think I have no self-respect? He kept hinting I should bear a son. My daughter gets teased at school. Your dad abandoned you. Did you ever think about that? He got annoyed. Song Wei Yu. Don't push your luck. I'm giving you an out. I don't need an out. He stood up. Then what do you want? I want a divorce. Fine, we'll divorce. But you don't get a penny. Sihan. He stared at me. His eyes were full of contempt. You think you've got something? Those photos? Heh. What can they prove? Liu Qian and I are friends. What's wrong with walking the kid? Got any bed photos? Got any recordings? He stepped forward. Song Wei Yu. Let me tell you. You wanna fight me? You're not there yet. I've got the Chen family behind me. We've got a legal team. An accounting team. What do you have? A jobless housewife. Can't even afford a decent lawyer. He patted my shoulder. That's right. Sign that agreement I gave you. I was gonna leave Chen Nan's apartment to Chen. If you behave, I might consider leaving it to you. I pushed his hand away. The day after tomorrow is Dad's birthday, right? He froze for a second. What are you planning? I want to go wish Dad a happy birthday. His eyes turned wary. Behave yourself. People from the company will be there that day. Don't embarrass me. Don't worry. I smiled. I promise. It'll be a lively day. Chen Guocheng's birthday. Held at the Chen family's own hotel. 32 tables. Half the business circle was invited. I wore a red dress. Chen Sihan froze when he saw me. Why are you wearing red? It's festive. Didn't you never wear red? Today's special. He frowned, about to say something. Then his mom pulled him away. Wang Ximei wore a dark purple qipao today. Her hair was tied up high. She had the jade pendant Chen Sihan gave her last year around her neck. He glanced at me. Didn't say anything nasty. Because a few of the Chen family relatives were standing nearby. He couldn't lose face in front of them. Chen Guocheng sat at the head table. In good spirits. Drinking and catching up with old friends. Liu Qian didn't show up. That caught me off guard. I thought Chen Sihan would bring her. But he's not that stupid. Today is the Chen family's event. Bringing his mistress here would be like slapping me in public. Slapping me is minor, but making the Chens look bad in front of outsiders is serious. He wouldn't do that. But his mom would. When Wang Ximei was arranging seats, she put Jijizi at the kids' table. My daughter was sitting alone in the corner, next to a few kids she didn't know. She looked at me with scared eyes. I walked over, picked her up, and put her next to me. Wang Xiamei saw that. She came over and lowered her voice. Kids sit at the kids' table. Why did you bring her over? She's alone and scared. Chen kids can't be spoiled. I ignored her. Gigi wrapped her arms around my neck and whispered, Mom, Grandma looked really mean at me today. It's okay. Mom's here. Chen Sihan came over, looking unhappy. Why did you put her at the main table? The main table is for the elders. She's a Chen. It's her birthday too. Her being at the main table is only right. Chen Sihan was speechless. His dad Chen Guocheng spoke up though. Gigi, sit here. Haven't seen my granddaughter in a while. Wang Xiamei didn't dare talk back to Chen Guocheng, so she just gave me a nasty look. After a few rounds of drinks, the atmosphere got lively. Some stood up to toast. Some started handing out business cards. Some bragged about landing big deals. I stood up. Dad, I got you a birthday gift. Chen Guocheng smiled and waved. Just your presence is enough. Why bring anything? It's not a thing. It's a video. I pulled a USB drive out of my bag. Handed it to the sound guy standing nearby. Could you play this for me? Chen Sihan's face changed. Song Wei Yu. What do you think you're doing? I looked at him. Toasting Dad for his birthday. The big screen lit up. First photo. Chen Sihan and a woman in a red dress at the mall. He had his arm around her waist. He was leaning on her shoulder. Time. 2 years ago on Qixi Festival. The whole room went dead silent. Second photo. Chen Sihan. The woman in the red dress. Wang Xiamei. 3 people walking in the neighborhood garden. Wang Xiamei was holding a little boy's hand. Time. 3 months ago. People started whispering. Chen Guocheng set down his wine glass. Staring at the screen. Wang Xiamei's face turned pale. Chen Sihan stood up. Rushed toward the sound console. Turn it off. Turn it off now. The staff guy didn't move. He looked at me. Song Wei Yu. You've lost your mind. I stood right in front of him. I haven't lost anything. I just want everyone here to see how the Chen family has treated me all these years. Third photo. Bank transfer record. Proof of a transfer from Chen Xian's company to a shell company. Amount, 12 million. Purpose, home purchase. Email linked to the receiver's account. Fourth one. The child's birth certificate. Father column is blank. But there's a handwritten note in the remarks field. Father information pending. Biological father to be confirmed. Below that, a small line of text. It's a screenshot from the hospital's internal system. Biological father confirmed as Chen Sihan. Match rate, 99.99%. The whole room erupted. Chen Sihan's face turned dark. You faked all this. These are all fake. I ignored him. I looked at Wang Xiamei. Mom, you always said I didn't give you a grandson. That it was my belly that wasn't good enough. Now I found out the truth. It wasn't my fault. Your son never planned on letting me have one. He already had a kid with some other woman. She's 5 years old. You knew all along. You were holding your grandson while yelling at me for taking up space and not producing. Wang Xiamei's lips were trembling. You. Chen Guocheng stood up. He threw his wine glass on the floor. Glass shattered everywhere. None of the guests at the 32 tables dared to speak. Chen Guocheng clutched his chest. He sat back down. His face turned pale. His lips turned purple. Someone yelled. Call an ambulance. Everything fell into chaos. Chen Sihan rushed over to support his dad. Wang Xiamei was crying in fear. I stood my ground, watching it all. Gigi wrapped her arms around my neck. She whispered, Mummy, what's wrong with Grandpa? Nothing. Grandpa is just, I'm so pissed. I don't feel guilty. They were gonna find out sooner or later. I just moved up the timeline. The ambulance showed up. Chen Guocheng got carried away. Wang Xiamei got in the ambulance too. Right before they left, he turned and looked at me. That look wasn't hate. It was fear. He wasn't scared of me. He was scared that the secret his son kept for 5 years was just exposed in front of the entire city's business circle. The Chen family's reputation is gone from today. The people left in the hotel started to scatter. Some glanced at me before leaving, their expressions complicated. Some whispered, the Chens are done now. Someone said, "This wife is too ruthless." Chen Si-han rushed back from the hospital. An hour later, all the hotel guests were gone. Only a few waiters were left cleaning up. He stormed up to me, raising his hand to hit me. Gigi screamed in fear. I shielded him, watching his hand freeze mid-air. "Hit me. Go ahead. I swear tomorrow the city's top trending news will be the Chen family's eldest son beating his wife in public." He lowered his hand. Not that he didn't want to, but he knew hitting wouldn't help. "Song Wei-yu, what exactly do you want?" "I want a divorce. I can't wait to get divorced." "But you won't take a single cent." I pulled out the copy of the property notarization from my bag. "This is the prenup, which you signed." His face changed. "And the 12 millions you spent buying Liu Qian an apartment came from the company's public account. 7 million of that is marital property. I want half." "You're dreaming." "Then we'll go to court. And I'll hand over the evidence of your embezzlement to the prosecutor's office." He froze. "What embezzlement?" "You funneled 3.5 million from the company into your personal account to pay the down payment on that apartment. That money never went through proper dividend procedures, and you didn't pay taxes on it. I can let it slide, as long as you agree to my terms." Chen Si-han's look at me changed. Not anger. It was fear. He suddenly realized I wasn't just a housewife who stays home with the kids. I was a woman who did 3 years of accounting and knew to get a prenup before getting married. He underestimated me for 7 years. Today he paid the price. I drafted the divorce agreement. The house is mine. Custody of Gigi is mine. Chen Xian pays child support every month, until Gigi turns 18. Half of his savings and investments are mine. As for that 12 million condo in the south end of the city, I don't want it. But I want him to kick Liu Qian out of that place. That condo was bought with joint marital assets. Legally, I have the right to decide what happens to it. I don't want to live there. But I don't want Liu Qian living there either. Chen Si-han stared at the agreement for 10 minutes. "You're too ruthless. I just learned from you. Sign it." "I won't go after the 3.5 million from the company. If you don't sign, I'll hand all the evidence to the tax bureau and the prosecutor's office." "You signed." He signed. His hand was shaking when he signed. I watched him shake. Felt nothing. 7 years ago at the wedding, when he put the ring on my finger, his hand was shaking too. Back then I thought it was nerves. Now I know. It wasn't nerves. It was because he was already calculating back then what he'd get out of this marriage. What I could give him. I was just another project in his life, a return on investment. Now it was time to exit. He just didn't expect the cost of exiting to be higher than he predicted. The day we finished the paperwork, we walked out of the Civil Affairs Bureau. He stood on the steps, looked up at the sky, and took a deep breath. "Song Wei-yu, you really aren't sad at all." "Sad about what?" "We were together for 7 years. In those 7 years the time you actually spent with me, did it add up to even 1 year?" He didn't answer. "You were with Liu Qian for 6 years. You spent more time with him than with me. You had a son with her. And a daughter with me. When your mom wouldn't let me marry in, you never said a single word for me." "Chen Si-han, tell me, what should I be sad about?" He lowered his head. "I'm sorry." That was the first time in 7 years he said sorry to me. I looked at him. "You know when I decided to stop bringing people?" "When?" "It wasn't when I found out you had someone else. It was when I knew Gigi was sitting alone at the kids' table, with no one next to her. That's when. You can screw me over, but you can't screw over Gigi. She's only 6. She didn't do anything wrong. Your whole family was cold to her. Because she's a girl. But she's my daughter. The only person I've ever let down in my life was bringing her into the Chen family." I turned and walked away. She called out behind me, "When you..." I didn't look back. After the divorce, I moved out of the Chen family villa. The house was mine before the marriage. Chen Si-han had no right to stay. He moved into that apartment in the south of the city. Liu Shi was there too. But they weren't living together, because Liu Shi knew Chen Si-han had no money now. She was with him from the start for the money. Now the money's gone. The house isn't in his name either. Why would she still stay with him? That's what Lao Zhou told me. Mom? No. Miss Song, I saw Lucy moving out a few days ago. She took that kid and left. No idea where she went. But she had a fight with Chen Sihan before leaving. I overheard them in the parking lot. Chen Sihan said you can't take the kid. Lucy said, this kid is mine. I'll raise him myself. What happened then? Then Chen Sihan gave her a wad of cash. And she left the kid behind. Lao Zhou sighed. That little boy is living with Chen Sihan now. A grown man raising a 5-year-old kid. Completely clueless. A couple days ago the kid had a fever. He didn't know which hospital to go to. He called me in the middle of the night to ask. You went? Yeah, I went. The kid is innocent. It's the adults who mess things up. The kids shouldn't have to suffer. I was quiet for a long time. Uncle Joe, thank you. For what? Oh, right. That money you gave me before. I'm sending it back. You're divorced now. It's not easy raising a kid alone. Don't send it back. You earned it. Miss Song. When I told you all that stuff back then, it wasn't for the money. I know. But the money is just a little something from me. Keep it. There was a few seconds of silence on the phone. All right. I won't be polite with you then. If you ever need anything, just let me know anytime. After hanging up, I stood on the balcony of my new place. It's not a big apartment, just 2 bedrooms and a living room. A 10-minute walk from my mom's house. Gigi was drawing nearby. She drew a house with 2 people standing at the door. This is Mommy. This is Gigi. Where's Daddy? She thought for a moment, then put down the paintbrush. Don't want Daddy anymore. Daddy doesn't like Gigi. I knelt down and held her. Gigi, Daddy does like you. He just doesn't know how to be a good dad. Then Mommy can teach him. Mommy can't teach him. Why? Because some people don't want to learn. 6 months later, I opened a small financial consulting office. I help mom and pop shops and small companies with their books. A lot of women are like me. They gave up their careers after getting married, stayed at home to raise kids. Then when the marriage falls apart, they realize they can't even support themselves. I don't push them to get divorced. I just tell them. The accounts need to be clear. The money needs to be separate. You have to read every page before signing. I had a client once. She was also a stay-at-home wife. Her husband found someone else. He wanted her to leave with nothing. When she came to me, she was crying, saying, I've got nothing left. The house is in his name. The car is in his name. I can't even fight for custody of our kid. I checked his transfer records for her, the purchase receipts, bank statements, found evidence of him hiding assets. In the end she got her fair share. When she left she held my hand. Sister Song, thank you. If it wasn't for you, I might have just accepted it. Don't accept it. If you accept it once, there'll be a second time. After she left, I sat in my office. I looked out the window. Old Joe sent me a message. Miss Song, Chen Sihan is looking for someone to take over the company. His dad's health isn't good. His older brother is fighting him for control. He might get kicked off the board. I didn't reply. He sent another one. Wang Shimei came to see me last month. I frowned. What did she want? She asked if I could set up a dinner with you. No need. That's what I told him too. Old Joe sent a smiley face. I said Miss Song is doing fine now. Don't bother her. I stared at that message. I smiled. Uncle Joe talks a lot but has a soft heart. Soft-hearted people deserved to be treated well. Gigi came home from school. She ran into the office, holding up a drawing. Mommy, I drew our family today. I took it and looked. There was a house in the picture, 2 people standing at the door, and 1 extra person next to them. Who's this? Uncle Joe. He picked me up from school today. He bought me ice cream. I laughed. Is Uncle Joe good to you? Yes. Better than Grandpa. Grandpa never buys me ice cream. Then you need to thank Uncle Joe. Mommy? Uncle Joe said he can pick me up from school every day from now on. Is that true? It's true. That's awesome. Gigi ran out holding her drawing. I picked up my phone and transferred 5,000 yuan to Old Joe. He replied with a voice message instantly. Miss Song, what are you doing? Picking up Gigi is on my way. You don't have to pay me. Uncle Joe, keep it. It's not for you. It's for Gigi's ice cream. There was a few seconds of silence on the voice message. All right then. But let me be clear. Ice cream can't be an everyday thing. Not good for kids' teeth. I bought him fruit. I laughed. The sun outside the window was really nice. Gigi's laughter came through the hallway. Life just goes on like this. No Chen Sihan. No Wang Ximei. No Liu Qian. Just Gigi. Just me. Pretty good. The end.